Hello there, this is Dan from Guitar from the Heart. Today I wanted to start doing something a little bit different. I'm going to continue doing the content that I've been doing, but I wanted to take the time to focus on one thing in particular, which is chords, something I haven't done a lot on this channel. Basically, I just wanted to start a new sort of ongoing series where I just dedicate a whole video to one particular chord. We're going to be taking a look at one particular chord in this video, and in these style of videos I'm going to be taking those chords and busting down the music theory of how they're formed and whatnot, so you can know how to explore on your own with these chords and get different voicings and whatnot. So that being said, let me grab my guitar and we're going to take a look at the major 7 chord today. Yeah, so in keeping with the video that I just uploaded recently where I talked about theory versus action, this is kind of like taking music theory and putting it into action. We're taking a theory concept, or we're using theory, I should say, to actually formulate chords, and I'll be doing that today with the major 7 chord. Alright, so the way you can get a major 7 chord, the voicing that I just used, is, let's say if we take the D on the A string, which is the 5th fret, as our root, then if you were to make I'm going to assume you know how to do a rooted bar chord. What you can do is, instead, like if you played all the notes like this, like the classical way to play the bar chord, and then you took the octave of the root here and lowered it 1, you would be getting the major 7. So the way it goes is like this. So you have the index finger on the 5th fret, you have the ring finger on the 7th fret of the 4th string or the D string, you have the middle finger on the 6th fret of the G string or the 3rd string, and we have the pinky fretting the 7th fret here of the B string. So 5, 7, 6, 7. If you're playing it here in this position. And all I did in the intro part is just literally like move it around and move it around, like so. And I kind of really like this chord because this voicing, because you can move it around and get some really cool sounds like that. So let's examine the theory for why this is a major 7 chord. So if we're starting with, say, if we're doing a D major 7, rooted on the 5th string here, if we were to play the major scale starting from our root, it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then an octave again, right? We could continue for the next octave. But just looking at the first octave, when we got to that 8th note, if we go down 1 note, that's the 7th degree. So if you're playing the root and if you play the root and just that note, the 7th, you're going to get a major 7th interval. And that's the characteristic color that this chord has. So a major 7 chord, the formula for major 7 is 1, 3, 5, major 7. I'm wearing my glasses now because I try to look at the focus. But 1, 3 as a major third, the fifth, the perfect fifth, and then the major 7. So 1, 3, that's kind of appropriate, right? Wearing glasses to teach theory, whatever. But you got the 1 to 3 to 5 and the 7 for a major 7 chord. That's the formula for a major 7 chord. So starting on the D, there's the major third. But when in this voicing, we're going to take that up the octave. So that's our pinky right here on the 7th fret. That's our third. Let's get the 5th. 3, 4, 5. So that's what we're fretting here, right? And then our middle finger comes down to play the major 7th note, the major 7th interval. So it's like 1, 5, major 7, 3, up the octave. 3 is up the octave. And you could include, just like with the bar chord, you could include this note up here again. Let's analyze that and see what note it is. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? So it's just an octave of the 5th, so it's still major 7. And you can move it around, and it sounds really cool. The major 7 chord is the 1 chord and the 4 chord when you extend them out to the 7th degrees in the major harmonized major scale. So if you're trying to play something in major, if the 1 chord and the 4 chord, this chord works really good. Gives a kind of jazzy vibe. Now let's try to find some other major 7 chords using the analysis of the major scale like we just did. So we did it on the 5th string. What if we do on the 4th string root? Why not, right? Let's do an E major 7, right? So starting over here on our D string, this is where E is. Let's not use E because of its positioning. Let's go to, say, G, right? So G is going to be here on the 5th fret. Those are all G's. Here's the G. And we're going to find those intervals, 1, 3, 5, 7. Major 3rd. That's the root and the 3rd. Let's find the 5th. So we can't play those 2 notes, the 3rd and the 5th, on the same string. So we got to find the 5th elsewhere or move the 3rd elsewhere. Here's the 5th. It's G, A, B, C, D. So this is a D. So we can do G, B, D, the root, the 3rd, and the 5th. But now we need to add in the major 7. So G, A, B, C, D. That's the 6th, and the 7th is F sharp. So if we could do get an F sharp in there, we have our major 7. So F sharp is here, right? And this is literally how we voice the major 7. One way to voice the major 7 on the 4th string root, like 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, going down diagonally. But it still has that characteristic warmth of the chord. You can move this shape around too. So like I said, I want to do an A major 7. Find an A on a D string and go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A major 7. That was a fail. Let's do it again. They sound cool to slide into and out of too. can experiment with that. How about another voicing off of the sixth string? Sixth string. Let's do a A flat major 7. Why not? A, fifth fret of the sixth string. Let's go A flat. Let's play the major scale. A, B, C. Oh, A flat, right? A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E, F, G, A flat. So you know the major chord, bar chord? That's root, fifth, octave. That's the third. Root, fifth, octave, third. That's the fifth again. And that's the root again on the high E string. So to make this into a major 7 chord, and you can do this, by the way, with any major 7 chord. If you know the major chord, you just have to alter, if there's a repeating of the root note, like there's the 8th, which is the octave of the root, you just lower that note to a 7, and you have a major 7. So long as the root and the perfect 7th are going, you got a major 7 chord. So where's that 8th? So like here we set, this is the root, A flat. The octave is here. So if we lower it, we're gonna have a major 7. So how do we fret that? You gotta, I'm just gonna tell you the fingering. Index finger on the 6th string, 4th fret. It's gonna be pinky on the 6th fret of the 5th string. Then you're gonna take the middle finger and play the 5th fret of the 4th string. The ring finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and then you're gonna bar out the rest of the 2 high strings on the 4th fret. So 4, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4. We just took the bar chord, this note here, and we moved it down 1. You just got to change out your fingers to make that happen. And one thing I really want you to take away is just that, to listen to the chord. How does it sound? How does it make me feel? Major 7 chord. I chose to do this chord first because it's like one of my favorite chords. I don't use it enough when I'm playing, when I'm writing, because it's just a gorgeous chord, man. It gives such an opportunity to create like a warm atmosphere. But anyway, I'm rambling. Here's our major 7 chord. A flat major 7. You can move it around. B flat major 7. Here's a G flat major 7. G major 7. On the fifth string root again, this would be an E major 7, starting on the E note. You could bar the high E string if you want. 6th fretted root, G major 7. And if you want to start on the 4th, there's also another cool voicing I want to show you over here, which is easier to play rooted on the 4th string, which is like this. Say a D major 7. See, it sounds just like this. If you root it on the 4th string, you can literally play it with one finger. Play the open D, and then you come and you just bar 2, 2, 2. Let's examine this theory-wise. The open string is a D. This is the 5th, the A. Here we got, let's go to the, so that would be our major 7 interval. The D flat there Or if we're in a key of C, we call it, if we're in a key of D, we call it C sharp. There's our third, F sharp, D, F sharp, right? So D, E, F sharp, G, A, D, F sharp, A are our root third and fifth, and then we have C sharp for the seventh. The cool thing about this is you can take it now, if you take that shape, and just imagine like you could use your ring finger, or you can borrow your pinky as well if your pinky's strong enough, and you can kind of imagine if you were fretting the 0th fret, then you could slide that up. So like let's say if we were playing a G on our root on the 4th string, then you bar these 3 notes. It's literally just like a A bar chord, but coming down a string. G major 7. I like to play it with my pinky. All right, cool. That's the major 7 chord. I'm going to be doing other videos like this. I hope you liked it. Let me know if there's any particular chord that you want to see me do. Leave it in the comments. My chord vocabulary is not insane, but if you understand the theory and how to construct these chords using a major scale, then it becomes possible to pretty much examine any chord you come across and figure out what it is, and also to figure out how to find these different voicings of different chords that you may already like in different places on the neck. This is not by any stretch of the imagination all of the major 7 chords, but it's a good start, and you can kind of look around and see if you could find other versions by moving a 3rd around, moving a 5th around and whatnot. But anyway, hopefully this was insightful for you in some type of way. Work that major 7 chord. It's kind of like, I mean, it's used a lot in jazz and whatnot, but I think there's so much potential for the average Joe like myself to use it more in their day-to-day playing, because it's just gorgeous and it puts you in a mood. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Play the guitar from the heart and have fun with that. Looking forward to bringing the next video in the near future on chords, featuring one particular chord. Take it easy.